Hey, I'm Coach Rob, and on this video, we're going to talk about how to enjoy riding your bicycle in the winter. All right, so whether you're on a fat bike with the big tires and low pressures, or you've converted your commuter to be a winter stallion, these are going to help you enjoy riding your bike this winter. Okay, we're going to go head to toe, figure this out. So first thing might be a beanie under your helmet. Now in the really cold days, you might also appreciate a balaclava. Both of these are synthetic fibers, so when you're getting warm, the heat's going to leave your head through water vapor, and you're not going to have a soaking wet toque on your head. Now, you might not really love that idea, and instead, you would like to have a winter helmet. So a winter helmet is really fantastic. This one has air vents that are open or closed. Open, closed. It's also got earmuffs. Some of them are removable. These ones are. And what makes this really great is that, well, it's actually multi-sport. So if you go skiing or snowboarding, you can use the same helmet for those activities. All right, let's move on to our hands. These are some of my favorites. So Eau Claire makes a lobster mitt. They make this also in a mitt version and in a glove version. The lobster mitts are really good for cycling because you can be hanging on to your handlebar and still be able to pull your brakes. It's a really nice feature. Now, I will tell you that these gloves get such rave reviews, we have people losing them almost on purpose so they can get new ones. Well, not exactly, but almost. Next step up is the 45 North Cobra Fist. With something like this, these are so well insulated from the wind and the cold that you can wear a light summer glove in here, which means, maybe you need to lock up your bike when you get somewhere. You don't have to take off your heavy winter gloves and fiddle around in the cold. These attach to the end of your handlebars. You can see right here. They plug in there, and it gives you lots of room for gripping your brakes, for holding on appropriately, and you kind of look pretty boss with these things on. Anyway, that's for hands. So gloves or pogies, that's super. Okay, tail. It's very important to be seen. You might have noticed that the days get shorter, the nights get longer, and you're almost riding all the time in low light. So having a good, strong light front and rear is going to be critical to your safety. I might recommend actually going to a set of lights that uses alkaline batteries, because alkaline batteries are less affected by the cold. If you leave your lithium rechargeable batteries outside, they freeze, the batteries don't work, the batteries don't hold their charges as long, so an alkaline powered light can work much better. Okay, finally, let's make things flow well. So while you're riding, you might have noticed that your bike takes a lot of abuse in its drivetrain. The chain gets a little bit dry and rusty, covered in salt and sand and all sorts of other things. Well, the -50 lube is going to make sure that your chain continues to run smoothly and doesn't gum up. Some of the warmer weather lubes will actually freeze at temperatures that we experience here in Winnipeg. Imagine that. So muck off the -50 chain lube. We love it, recommend it, but don't overuse it, because your biggest enemy is not the salt and the sand and the grit and the cold, it's actually condensation. So every time you bring your bicycle from cold to warm, it works just like in summer when you bring something from the fridge and you put it on the counter. Condensation just appears on it. So on our rental bikes, we use MO94. It is hydrophobic, which means when you spray it on a spot, water will not stick to it. It stays away. You know, just kind of like when you drop toothpaste in the sink and all the water kind of flows around that area. MO94 is going to do the same for your chain. So me, being a little bit lazy, when I'm winter biking, I bring my bike inside. Before I've taken any of my winter clothing off, I will do about a 1.5 second spray of my drivetrain. So literally I will go around my chain. I'll also make those sound effects because it sounds better. And then I can go change, come back to my bike, wipe down my chain, and know that I'm not going to have rust build up. In fact, we tested this with our fleet of 6 fat bikes a number of winters ago. And when we went to evaluate those bikes for sale in the spring, we found one spot of rust on one of our 6 bikes, and it was way on the back side in a spot where we would have just missed the spray. So highly recommended. We've tested it in shop. MO94 to keep your drivetrain going great. We now have customers who come back every year to get another can of this because it saves their drivetrain. All right, I'm Coach Rob. I can't wait to see you in store today and on the trails tomorrow.